For 3 days, the ships had struggled to hold their own against the hurricane. The wind out of the southeast had howled through the masts and rigging, tearing at their battered sails and smashing waves across their decks. There were 5 of them, sailing blind into the storm in hour after hour of blackness. All they knew was that they were somewhere west of Cuba, and that they had to keep their ships pointed into the wind, or else they could end up being thrown onto the coast of Spanish Florida. Their only guide through the perpetual darkness was the wildly tossing stern lantern of the Jesus, the flagship of their leader and commander, John Hawkins. Storm-tossed ships, 5 tiny fly specks in the midst of an empty hostile sea, and in the heart of a hostile empire. Yet, without knowing it, they were about to alter history. A crucial moment had arrived in the struggle for global power. A new antagonist was about to enter the fray: England. John Hawkins' experiences over the next 12 days in September 1568 would mark the start of a century-long struggle with Spain for dominion over the New World, and also the start of the modern British Navy. No one would have been more surprised by this than John Hawkins. 35 years old, small and spare, he wasn't a visionary, but a man of action, a tough, experienced mariner, and the kind of man others naturally followed, even into a 3-day hurricane. He'd spent every moment of those 3 days on deck. Rain streamed from his hair and beard as he ordered men aloft to take in sail so that the hurricane wind didn't snap off a weakened mast or spar like a matchstick. At one desperate point, he had even been forced to cut away the top section of his mainmast to reduce the strain. The Jesus was an old ship, a leaky tub with sprung timbers and a rotten hull. Now, after days of battering, she was ready to give way completely. The carpenter came up from below and bellowed in his ear that the timbers around the stern post were about to burst. The gaps between them were so wide that fish were able to swim through into the hold, the carpenter said. If those timbers opened any wider, they would founder and sink.